Hello, how's everybody? I'm Nancy from Black Sheep Knitting in Needham, Massachusetts. We are a weekly podcast or video podcast, video, whatever. But podcast, some people tell me it's not a podcast. In any case, wanted to give you some updates in the shop. We have our classes, which are ongoing. They meet in 8-week cycles, and they go all year round, all the time. And we have quite a few, and they're filling up. And we have some spaces that we thought maybe people might like to sign up, because we have, I think, 10 or 11 classes, and they're almost all full. But we have some openings that might work for you. We have Monday night, which is 6:30 to 8:30, with the amazing Margaret, who's new to our staff but not new to teaching. She teaches at the Wellesley Community Center. I think she teaches seniors, a couple classes over there. We also have Wednesday night has an opening, some openings, several I think, 7 to 9. With Joanne, who's been teaching here for years and years, a really expert knitter. And we have Saturday mornings. We're going to have a couple openings, I think, in there. And that meets Saturday morning from 10 to 12.
Is that crochet or
knitting? It's knitting. And and Lisa Zappola and I switch off on and off. She's not here a lot of the summer, but she's a beautiful knitter and just the nicest person. The people in the class love her. Starting next Saturday, Maureen Kelly, our crochet teacher, is back, and she'll be teaching. She teaches April through December, and it's every other Saturday. And she has an afternoon class that is 1 to 3. That class is pretty much full. With her returning students who've been in the class for a long time. But she's very kindly offered to teach another class from 10 to 12 every other Saturday, beginning April 6th. So those of you, I don't think she wants a real beginner. She'd like, beginning students, but people who already know how to do chain stitch and single crochet and double crochet. If you don't, and you want to sign up, we have this amazing book. I just finished a session of a beginning crochet, and we did it based on this book. And if you read this book or go online, you can teach yourself the basics of crochet pretty easily. This is a great book, and it takes you step by step with really good graphics in it. So I recommend that. We sell this in the shop for $10, and we have a few left, and we could always order it for you. So anyway, call the shop if you're interested in signing up for Maureen's class. Coming in May, we will have, and I don't have it's 2 days in May. I don't have them yet, but it's a Saturday.
Embroidered stitches?
We're doing embroidery on knitwear. So it's a little bit different than regular embroidery, but if you know how to embroider, I don't know if you're going to learn a whole lot. I think this is teaching you basic stitches, and then how to, and we'll do also visible mending, which is something you may not know about. But if you've got a sweater with a hole in it, visible mending is a great way. You can do all kinds of, you can resurrect some of the most moth-eaten sweaters, though if you're going to bring one in, make sure you freeze it twice for 24 hours each time to make sure there aren't any live larvae in there, because we don't want to bring that into the shop. So anyway, keep your eye out for that. And it's going to definitely be 2 classes. So I think that's all on the shop news. We do have spaces left in the beginning sock class, which starts next week. And we, maybe one space is left. And in the Beyond Basic Socks, we do have spaces, which starts in about 2 weeks after this one. So if you already know, or if you want to take the basic class and then move on to the Beyond Basics, we're going to explore using different colors or some patterning, and you'll get to, I have one that I think the pattern that the class should follow, but feel free to bring in, and I have some other choices for you. So I don't want you to be locked into one particular pattern. And there's so many out there, and lots of free patterns there on Ravelry. So you can look and see. If you want to do a color work sock, we can help you do that, like an Argyle. So that's something to look out for. There's spaces left, and it's a lot of fun when you get into doing something different from the plain vanilla sock that people do. And and in the Beyond Basics, you can do toe up or cuff down, top down. So you'll have that option. But if you haven't ever done a toe up, I'm happy to show you how to do that. It's not hard. I wanted to talk a little bit today about crochet. And I wanted to show you something that I'm doing and started. This is called a pattern called Ariana. It's here. And it's just granny squares with a knitted border. So I've started mine, and I did something really fun. And if you know how to do granny squares, this, and people in my crochet class, at the very end, they learned granny squares, and people started saying, oh, this is really fun, I like this. So they were doing, one woman was doing one with a color changing yarn. So it was, this is what I'm doing, but it was changing, the colors were changing as she went around. It was really fun. So what I'm doing is I'm taking scraps that I have, and the colors are subtly, the yarns are subtly different. If you can see on the outside is the same, and the white is the same, but what I'm doing is changing the colors that I'm using. I've only done a few. Inside, which makes it fun. So I've got a bag full of, and I think I have some more at home, of just things I have lying around that I'm doing. So it makes it fun because I'm choosing to do different ones. But you could do a color changing one, so if you wanted. So it's the color would change as you go into the granny square. Now, this one called Ariana is a Barocco pattern by Amy Christoffers, very talented designer. And these granny squares are set on the diagonal. But there's another one that just came out two more that came out by Tanis Lavallee of Tanis Fiber Arts, and you probably know her yarns. She's a great designer. She did one that has the granny squares set horizontally going across, and but it's only the front and the back, and then you pick up stitches and you knit the sleeves. And it's, as in this, you knit the bottom border here, and you pick up stitches just the way you would on knitwear, and at the cuff, and you knit the button band and the neck band. So if you're interested, and it's a good way to use up scraps, or if you have a lot of yarn. These are a heavy DK that I'm using, and I'm working on a F crochet hook. You'll play around because your gauge might be different depending on how you crochet. But But this is fun to do. It's quick, as people will tell you. Crocheting is a bit quicker than knitting. It also is easier if you make a mistake to take out something. But you can teach yourself granny square if you set your mind to it. Somebody was in the other day and just said, yeah, I just Googled it and practiced and practiced and practiced until I got it. So you can do that. You don't need a teacher like me, although it does help if you make mistakes. Anyway, I thought that was fun. I have one other crochet pattern that I was showing this in the class yesterday, and everybody was excited about it. This is called Augusta, the Augusta shawl, and I think it's a Monos, if I'm not mistaken, a Monos pattern. And I just took 4 colors of, I think this is Road to China Light, and I brought some out that, I don't have these exact colors in the shop, but I brought some out that would be fun maybe to do this in. It's a super, super soft yarn, and this starts here at the beginning, and it gets bigger and bigger as you go, and then you just add colors when you want. So you could even do a color changing yarn, you could do almost anything, but it's very fast once you get going. You're just doing the same thing all the way through. So I made a couple of these in a couple of weeks, and I just think it's a really nice shawl to wear. And this one is super soft.
Is this your pattern?
No, this is a Monos pattern called Augusta. It's on Ravelry. And it's done in a sport weight yarn. But because you can use probably any weight yarn you want, and you just keep going and it gets bigger and bigger. So you can do it any size that you want. Just make sure that your hook is the right size for the yarn that you're using. I wanted to show you what I'm currently working on. I've been working on socks for the sock workshop and trying to finish some other things, and I thought, I just want a summer top. So I had seen this, and I really love this designer, Natasha Hornby. And this is called Joni, and it's a summer top that it's see-through, so you'd wear a cami or something underneath. And we had this yarn in the shop, and I wanted to do something cotton, but kind of exhausted. Well, we didn't have a sport weight cotton. That was why I didn't do it. So we had these. I don't know if any other colors are coming, but this yarn is called Sonata from Noro, and it is 35% cotton, 25% viscose, 20% silk, and 20% polyamide. So I think it's a perfect summer weight yarn, and it comes in 300 meter skeins. So I think I decided I could maybe get away with 2, but might be 3 for this. So it has all this lace work in the front, and which I think you'll have fun doing. And the construction is really interesting. You start, this is the back shoulder. So I started on one side, so it has you working on, I think, about 20 some stitches. And you do some short rows. And then I think this purl row here is the top of the shoulder, and this goes down into the front, I believe, and this is the back. So you do one side, then you do the other side, so it's the right shoulder, then the left shoulder, and then you cast on, I think it was 45 stitches I cast on, and I'm working these back and forth, and then at some point this will get joined in the round. And you do short, I think I said that, you do short rows in here to do the shaping on it. So it's a really fun way, and right now I'm knitting back and forth, but it will end up being in the round. So this is the back of it, and this is going to be this will be, in here will be the front, I believe, starting there. So I'm anxious to see how this is going to work up. I think it's fun, and I love this color, this green color. I think it's going to be a great summer top. I think I have some skirts that would look really cute, or just be nice with a pair of black pants or white pants. And I'll see if we can get, if people get interested, I'll see if they have other colors. They might have been back ordered, and that's why I've only got 2 colors right now. But I'll check, because I can check online. I'll try to do that today. Anyway, that's a fun one. I wanted to show another fun thing because we got new colors of Spin Cycle in. And Beth brought in these gorgeous mittens, and some of you have maybe took our Fiddleheads mitten class, but Beth brought this in because sadly her dog chewed the other one, and so she let us have this for a display. And I was going to show you, because she, I think, used, because this is a sport weight, I think she used Road to China Light with it, or you could. So we have some new colors. You could use these together. You could use a gray with it, which I think is really pretty. A navy. I'll show you some other colors in a minute. This one is called Dirty Little Secret. And she also lines the inside. If you don't use, you might use something else on the outside or both. But she lines the inside with the Road to China Light because it's so darn soft. So it feels great. So anyway, Fiddleheads is a good first color work project to do. I recommend it. And so these, I fell in love with some of the colors in these. So I love that rosy red that's in there. And as you may know, Spin Cycle colors vary a great deal. So don't think that you're ever going to get the exact same thing. You probably will not, or you'll get close to it. But within, I'll show you within one group that we got that I just adore these colors. This one's called Miss Me. So look at the difference. Now some of it may have to do with the way that they wind it, but also they don't come out identical, which is fun because you could take these two and use them together, which would be a lot of fun, or not. I thought, was it this one? Maybe this one was fun. If you wanted to do a night shift, no, shift cowl, these would be good combinations. So I wanted to show you, we have some other new ones. So this one is Dirty Little Secret, which is new to us. This one is new to us, Havana, very subtle, which, so if you want to do kind of a subtle mitten or something that pops a little bit more. And then this one's called Reykjavik. Again, that's too close, I think. I wouldn't do that, but I might put these two together, or I might put these together. So we have another new colorway, to a new one to us, called Sea Spray. And as you can see, they're different. You could even use these two, almost use these together because of the pink. There's so much pink in these two. This one has even more. But they're very pretty. And look how nice this would be with this dark blue. Or this. So any of the Andrea Mowry projects that have color in them, have the colors. The Spin Cycle is a great yarn to use for it, for color changing. It's great in colorwork sweaters. A lot of us did the Rhinebeck sweater from 2 years ago, the Alpenglow from Andrea Mowry, and we used this, came out great. And you don't need a ton of it. We have an alternative to this, which is, I wouldn't say is less expensive. Well, it is, because there's more yarn on it. And I've shown this before, but I wanted to show you the solids that came in that go with it. And that's Marla, which is a 100% superwash merino, and it is just so soft, and there's lots of color in it. It's really, really nice. And this color is newbie. This is denim, which we've shown you, and this is chili, and this one is twilight. I don't know why that's called twilight, but anyway. But we have solids that have come in that are called Sammy. Now we have another Sammy yarn here in the shop, but that is not it. This is again a superwash merino, and it has 273 yards, so it's a good yardage. And these are some of the colors. This one is peonies, lotus is this one, and turmeric. So I was going to show you how well they go with some of the others. So this pink works really well with this. This one, these two together. And then if we look at the turmeric and chili, I think is a great combo. And could you use, might even go for that, because there is that color is in it. And then, oh, I was going to show these. This is a gorgeous color. I don't think it necessarily goes, well, it might. This one is called Kale. It's just a rich, gorgeous, gorgeous green. And I think that would pop really nicely in this. This, by the way, these are a DK weight, so there are lots of patterns out there that call for color changing yarns. And then we have this really nice periwinkle blue, and it's called Powder. And I like it with this one with denim. And is it the right blue? It's not. I don't think it's the right blue for this. This has too much green in it. But I'm wondering, how about that? Isn't that gorgeous together? And then we have two others. It comes in a white, which is, this is natural. This is just, it's so wonderfully soft. And then this very soft gray called Dewdrop. And this would go with, beautifully with this. With this. This is the newbie. Or this, the chili, the twilight, and even maybe the chili. So, and they work beautifully together for, you know, if you like to do color block kinds of things. So, 100% it's 100% superwash merino. So very soft and lovely to work with. This would be a gorgeous, if you were doing a colorwork sweater, I think I did one like this. And this for the pattern and this for the main color. In any case, those are just some things in the shop. We're looking forward to, in 2 weeks, Bruce Weinstein will be here. If you're dying to get in his workshop, you can call and get on a wait list, because we frequently have people who drop out at the last minute. You know, somebody gets COVID or something happens. So do call and get your name on the wait list. Have whoever you speak to just say that Nancy said to put you on the wait list. And I think that might be it for today. We hope those of you who celebrate Easter have a happy Easter. Eat lots of ham if that's what you do. And then what else do we have coming up? Passover is coming. Not till April.
End of April.
End of April maybe. But then here we have the marathon. So spring is coming here, and we're looking forward to it. So there's lots of stuff that you can knit for spring and for the summer, and you should start it now. So I hope you have a great week of knitting, and we'll see you next time. Bye.